Hey guys, for this video I want to do a comparison between Pattaya and Phuket. So this was a question that before I had ever gone to Thailand, I was wondering myself. So I figure some of you might be in the same situation. Maybe you've never been to Thailand. Maybe you've only been to Phuket and are wondering about Pattaya or vice versa. I want to just go over, I want to break it down by different categories, and then I'm going to tell you which one I think is better based on the category. Okay, so these categories are going to be logistics, whether or not it's family friendly, affordability, the beaches, the nightlife, the dating, and the fitness, and then a few other things that I want to talk about. Okay, so between Pattaya and Phuket, for logistics, say Pattaya is better, hands down, when it comes to getting around. Okay, so in Pattaya, it's everything's so easily accessible in Pattaya. Whereas in Phuket, things are a lot more spread out. Phuket's very big. They're both quite big, but think of Pattaya, it's like you have like this one main strip, and that's Pattaya Beach. And then from there, there's other sections like that wrap around, so you can go from Pattaya Beach to Pratamanak to Jomtien, and then further on North Pattaya, then you have Wangamat. But it's easy to get around, and especially easy to get around if you don't have a car. Whereas in Phuket, things are more isolated. So you have Nai Harn Beach. Say you're in the south part of Phuket. You'll have Nai Harn, you'll have Rawai, and then you'll have Chalong, and then you'll make your way up to Kata, and then eventually Patong, and so on and so forth. But in order to get to these places, you need a car, right? You have to have a car. They don't have public transportation where you can just get on and then pay a fee when you get off. Whereas in Pattaya, they have they call them bat buses. They're essentially just like a pickup truck, and they've just put some seats in the pickup truck. But they run all day on specific routes. And once you familiarize yourself with the routes that they go, all you have to do, you'll just see one, wave your hand, get on, and when you get off, give the driver 10 baht. Phuket has nothing like that. Phuket has tuk-tuks, and with the Phuket tuk-tuks, it's a private ride basically, and then you have to negotiate with the driver how much you're going to pay, and you're not going to get any tuk-tuk ride for less than maybe 200 baht, right? Even if it's just a short ride, you're looking at least 150, 200 baht, and then something similar in Pattaya will just cost you 10 baht, right? So, and then also things are a lot closer to each other in Pattaya. So, for example, where I've lived in multiple places throughout Pattaya, but the last time I was there, I lived about, I would say, a 5 minute motorbike taxi ride. No, sorry, a 5 minute motorbike ride, because I had a motorcycle there. 5 minute motorbike ride from Terminal 21 shopping mall, and then from there I can walk one block to the beach. Behind the mall there was a golf course, and then across the street from the mall there was a gym, and then I would just take my bike, park at the mall, and then I could just walk the one block down to the beach, get on a bat bus, and that would take me anywhere I needed to go. From there, if I wanted to go to Pratamnak to go to the sauna, I can do it. It was just so easy. And then there's multiple malls there. You have Central Festival, you have the Terminal 21 Mall, you have Mike Shopping Mall, and it's just all easily accessible. The nightlife is mixed in with where all the malls are, the shopping. It's all in one. It's all one area, right? Whereas in Phuket, it's all spread out, right? So if you're staying in Nai Harn, for example, the southern end of the island, and you want to go to a shopping mall, you have to travel about 20, 25 minutes in a car to get there. So yeah, hands down, Pattaya is probably the most logistically convenient place I've ever lived in my whole life. Okay, definitely. Okay, so number two, the second category I want to talk about is what is more family friendly. Okay, so in terms of activity for the kids, like if you bring your kids there and you want to find things for them to do, they're both great, right? So Pattaya has like a reputation for being the more seedy place, but it's changed a lot, and they offer so much more than just the nightlife party aspect of it, right? So to elaborate on that, I don't even drink and I don't really go out, right? But I just lived in Pattaya for 9 months and it was fine. I had all kinds of other things to do. It's expanded a lot. I know Pattaya started, I think it started as like a relaxation place for like the U.S. troops during the Vietnam War, and that's what really built it up. Before that, it was like a fishing village. So then eventually, like all the girls would come, and obviously, you know what goes on. We have people they're there for a limited time. They want girls, they pay. And that's kind of what built up that sex trade industry. But now the government has changed it all around. Now you have all these wealthy Thais from Bangkok just buying up properties there. It's expanding so much. They just redid the beach. So anyway, I kind of got sidetracked there a bit. Talking about what's more family friendly. If you have kids, you're gonna have endless activities for them to do in either location, right? So if you look at a map of Pattaya, you'll see there's all kinds of water parks. There's so much golf courses. There's all kinds of stuff. Even if you just go to the mall, every week it seems they have some sort of new activity there for kids to do, right? Even just Central Terminal 21, there's always stuff going on for kids. But then I was thinking about this question, and if I had to have my parents come visit me in Thailand, I would much rather tell them that I'm staying in Phuket than staying in Pattaya, because in Phuket, if I'm staying in Nai Harn Beach, it's just going to be so calm and relaxing. They're not going to see any spillover from that sex trade or anything like that. There's going to be no spillover. Whereas in Pattaya, even if you're staying in Wongamat, which is a very high-end, family-friendly area in Pattaya, say you want to go on the bat bus. Well, a lot of the times on these bat buses, there's ads for hooker bars, right? And the girls are very provocative on the thing. If you're with your kids, maybe you don't want your kids to see that, right? So yeah, overall, based on where I would want my family to visit me without getting embarrassed, I would say Phuket for sure. If you have kids and you don't mind them singing out on a bat bus or whatever, okay, then you can do either one. Maybe it's not a big deal for you. Okay, affordability. Again, affordability, this one has to go to Pattaya. And that's not because you can't find affordable places to stay and eat in Phuket. You can. It's just that they're more abundant. In Pattaya, you'll have an easier time scouting them out. So in Phuket, they have a lot of Thais, locals that live there, that work there, and obviously maybe a lot of them don't make as much money, right? So they can find a place to live, right? But if you're a foreigner going there, you're really going to have to look, right? And then you're going to have to find the select few restaurants and wherever you're staying that'll give you like a good price on Thai food or whatever. In Pattaya, it's just everywhere, right? So, the food is cheap all over the place. For example, they have the Terminal 21 shopping mall. If you want a cheap meal, good selection, high quality, just go up to the food court. It's called Pier 21. And you can get meals there for 30, 40 baht, right? And just load up your plates. It's amazing. It's really, really cheap. Even in Central Festival, they have cheap restaurants. I like one I think it's called Salad Factory on the lower floor. Big, huge salad. I pay about 150 baht for it. Really high quality food. But yeah, overall, cheap food is in abundance in Pattaya. Phuket, you have to hunt for it. Same with rooms. You can get cheap rooms in both places, starting from 6,000 baht a month and up or whatever. But in Phuket, it's going to be harder to find, okay? All right, next up, beaches. Okay, so Phuket, okay? Phuket definitely has the better beaches, but there's a caveat. So you have Pattaya Beach, Wongamat Beach, Jomtien, Pratamnak, whatever. If you just want the beach view, they look nice. They look fine. They look great. It's cool, right? But if you want to go swimming, I personally don't go swimming in the water there. In Phuket, however, then you can swim. I'm comfortable swimming in the water in Phuket, and it looks better. It's clearer. But the caveat there is Pattaya has a nearby island that a lot of people don't know about. You can look it up. It's called Koh Lan, however you want to say it. And to get there, basically you go to the end of Walking Street, and then every day they'll have ferries that take you there. It takes about 45 minutes. It's called Big Ferry, Slow Boat. 45 minutes to go there, and it costs 30 baht. And they'll pick you up every hour there, or they pull up every hour, and they give you a set time. I think it's every hour they come, and then they'll bring you back to the pier. Alternatively, you can just get a speedboat. A speedboat will leave pretty much whenever you want, just whenever the boat's full, they're going to go. That'll take you 15 minutes to go there. Sometimes the ride can be pretty bumpy and uncomfortable, so just be warned about that. But yeah, 15 minutes there, then another 15 minutes back, obviously. And that will cost you about 250 baht to 300 baht round trip. So that island is as nice as any of the beaches in Phuket, right? It's amazing. It's very underrated. Now, it's kind of inconvenient to go there. If you want to swim multiple times a week, then you don't want to take that trip multiple times a week. It's just it's a time waster, right? Like if you're taking a slow boat, that's an hour and a half on a boat, right? But if you're just someone who just wants to go swimming once a week, then there you have that option. So it kind of evens it out a bit. Now, Phuket, the main beaches on Phuket that are accessible just by the mainland, they're great. They're really nice, especially Nai Harn's beautiful. I love that beach. Katanoi is another really nice beach. But Phuket also has nearby islands that you can visit, and one, the most popular one, is Phi Phi Island, and this is where they filmed the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. So you can go there, but it's not something it's not a place you're gonna go to very often. But on the trip, you might want to check it out at least once. And Phi Phi Island is nicer than Koh Lan, right? Okay, so I give Phuket the check for beaches. Okay, nightlife. I would say this is a tie. Okay, so how would I explain this? Phuket has more uh maybe regular nightlife with like tourist girls, right? Pattaya, it's the nightlife scene I would say is more seedy, right? It's more go-go bar oriented. There's a lot of that all over the place, more of like the sexpat scene. Pattaya has that. No, sorry, Phuket has that, especially in Patong, obviously. But in Patong, it's mixed with normal nightclubs, and you're going to have normal girls, just regular girls going there. Okay, so nightlife just depends what you want. If you want more girls that are there to work, then I would say Pattaya. If you just want to have like a, if you just want like more normal girls that aren't working that are tourists, then Phuket is your spot. So I would say a tie, just depending on what you're looking for. Okay, dating. And dating might, my answer here might surprise you. Now, Pattaya has, I mean, it's a big place. There's a lot of normal girls in Pattaya and Phuket, right? If you want to find a normal girl, you can, just working regular jobs. But I would say that Pattaya has the edge in dating because if you want a normal girl, if you're just limited to Pattaya, then I would probably say maybe Phuket. But with Pattaya, you're so close to Bangkok. You're about an hour and a half away from Bangkok, and they have buses that go there. If you're on a budget, they have a bus you can take right from the bus station in Pattaya right to Bangkok for about maybe 100 and I want to say 120 baht ish. Maybe it's $4. So what you can do, get all your dating apps installed on your phone or whatever, and then when you want to when you land in Bangkok, just swipe and get a whole bunch of girls lined up. Or you can do like the what's it called? Like you could just pay and then you can change your location on the applications and you can set it to Bangkok. And then if you meet a nice normal girl, then it's easy to go see her. Whereas in Phuket, if you're in Phuket and you meet a nice girl in Bangkok, well, that's a flight you got to take, right? That's 12 hours away versus an hour and a half. So I would say that Pattaya is actually better for dating to find a high quality normal girl only because you have access to Bangkok, right? In Phuket, you're more isolated. And a lot of the girls that go, the pretty girls that go to Phuket to work, they've dated so many foreigners already, or they went there specifically to find a foreigner. Whereas if you're, okay, sorry, the best place to date in Bangkok with the most selection is Bangkok, and you have a much higher chance of finding just normal girls in a place like Bangkok or Chiang Mai or somewhere like that than anywhere else. So if you're just dating girls in Phuket, they probably went there just to find a foreigner, and it might, only primarily be interested in, what you can do for them and how you can improve their life financially. In Bangkok, you can just date like normal, successful, they call them high so Thai girls there that just work normal office jobs, or my fiance is a lawyer. Like you can meet these kind of girls that maybe you're the first foreigner they've ever even talked to, right? Maybe they've never been on a date with a foreigner. So yeah, definitely I would say if you're gonna stay there long term and you want to end up finding a nice girl, but you also want to be beachside, then Pattaya is actually better. And just try to date Bangkok girls. Go there maybe every weekend and just walk around and talk to girls in the mall, or go to CM Paragon, talk to girls on the BTS or the MRT. That's the SkyTrain and the subway. But yeah, I think Pattaya actually gets the check for this one. Of course, again, you can meet nice girls anywhere, but yeah, I would say Pattaya if you want to find a good girl because of Bangkok. Okay, next. Okay, fitness. Fitness scene is big in either place. In Pattaya, you have some really amazing gyms. You have Muscle Factory in Pratumnak. You have there's one called Seven Fitness on Second Road, which is very nice. I train there quite often. There's the big Fairtex facility. There's one called Coco Fitness on Beach Road where they have an amazing view from the aerobics room in the cardio section where you can see like the beach from the window. Very nice. In terms of training for like Muay Thai and MMA, again, it's Thailand. They both have good gyms, particularly for Muay Thai, but Phuket has kind of morphed into this MMA gym haven. There's so many Muay Thai and MMA gyms there that are set up just to cater to tourists. And because there's so many there, the competition's strong between them and they just do it big. Like there's these huge mega facilities that are coming up now. I mean, there's an AKA gym. There's obviously Top Team Tiger Muay Thai, which keeps expanding. There's a new one in Bang Tao Beach. I don't know. I forget what it's called, but it's maybe just Bang Tao. Just look up Bang Tao Muay Thai, you'll find it. But there's dozens of Muay Thai and MMA gyms in Phuket. In Pattaya, there's a lot, but most of them are a little bit smaller. You have the big Fairtex gym. Um, you have Venom. You have quite a few of them, but overall, I would say that Phuket gets the nod for that one, just on the sheer number of them, and also in certain areas of Phuket, not only do they have a lot of gyms, but all the restaurants in the area will be set up and catered towards people that are there for health and looking to lose weight. So the menus are very elaborate with a lot of health foods. Particularly is in Chalong. Chalong would be one example of that. Okay, so to sum that up, basically they're both good, especially if you want like a gym just for like regular training, weights, whatever. Then it's not going to matter to you. But if you're MMA, Muay Thai, then Phuket. But yeah, after all that, I will say this one thing that will maybe make or break your decision. Are you comfortable driving a motorbike and are you on a budget? So if you're on a budget, right, and you're not comfortable driving a motorbike, then Pattaya might be the best option for you because it's, again, logistically it's better. Everything's closer. You could just jump on the back of the bat bus and pay 10 baht when you get off and you can access pretty much everything. If there's an area you want to go to that you can't access via the bat bus, well, they have their own version of Uber there. It's called Grab, and then there's another one called Bolt, just applications. You can download them. And they're about 3 to 4 times cheaper in Pattaya than those same applications are in Phuket. I don't know what's going on in Phuket. Maybe they call it the tuk-tuk mafia. Maybe they threaten the driver. I don't know how it is that the application gives you different quotes, like different prices depending on the location. But I plugged in like destinations in both regions, and Pattaya is way cheaper. I'm amazed at how cheap it is in Pattaya to get around with these applications. So yeah, if you're on a budget, you can't afford taking taxis all the time, then I would say that Pattaya is probably your better option. Now, the busiest area in Phuket, it's called Patong, main central area. They have the mall there, they have the beach, they have gyms, they have lots of restaurants, they have everything kind of in this walkable area. If you want to stay there, and all the nightlife is there too, well, the main nightclubs and stuff, that's the main hub of the nightlife. If you wanted to stay there, maybe you can get by just walking around, I guess. So that could be an option, but I would be a little bit frustrated not being able to explore the rest of the island. Now, if you're comfortable on a motorbike, just cruising around Phuket, there's so much to explore, all these beaches everywhere, some hidden beaches. It's just a great time. So just drive carefully because people drive crazy there, but it's like that all over Thailand, basically. So yeah, I guess to sum it up, okay, wrap up. Logistics, Pattaya, family friendly, Phuket, affordability. They can both be affordable, but I give the edge to Pattaya. Beaches, Phuket. Although you do have a good beach, a good island to swim at in Pattaya if you want to take the speedboat or the slow boat. It's called Koh Lan. Nightlife, I would say it's a tie depending on what you want. Do you want more pay-for-play girls kind of scene, or do you want more regular girls in the clubs? Obviously, I think drinking, and I don't drink, whatever, but I'm pretty sure that that's cheaper in Pattaya. That again goes to the affordability section, which Pattaya won that. Dating, I would give the edge to Pattaya only because of the proximity to Bangkok. If you want to do MMA training, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, I would give the edge to Phuket. If you cannot drive a motorbike and you're on a budget, then Pattaya. If you can drive a motorbike, then it's great driving. I mean, then it doesn't really matter. Then you can base your decision off other things. Phuket's great. Oh, if you're into golf, I would say Pattaya probably has the edge on that, but Phuket also has some great golf courses as well. So either one is going to be fine. You'll be very pleased. If I left anything out, just leave your question in the comments. I've lived in both places for several years. Leave the questions in the comments, and I'll just give you a personal answer. All right, guys. Hopefully that was helpful. And if you're not subscribed, that would be great if you subscribe, because I'm going to come up with way more videos like this in the near future. Okay, take care. Bye.